If you feel like you're doing everything right, but you're still soft and skinny fat when you look in the mirror, there's a huge, and I mean huge chance you're making at least one of these sneaky, innocent mistakes that are keeping you skinny fat for life. And the reason they're sneaky is because they look totally fine and even like a good thing to do on the outside, like eating clean, doing the cardio, hitting the gym. But if you look at it deeper and on the inside, they're actually keeping you skinny fat for life without you even knowing. So let's just dive into it. But before we get into it, I post weekly content just like this so that I can help you get lean as a skinny fat guy, all while still actually enjoying your life. So if you want that kind of content, just hit the subscribe button. Mistake number 1, eating healthy but not tracking. And this was me for the longest time. I was literally spamming chicken, rice, broccoli, oatmeal, eggs every single day. Like I was meal prepping like crazy. But even though I was really disciplined and consistent with this healthy eating, I was still skinny fat. I still didn't look like it at all. And it felt really unfair at the time because I was being really disciplined, as I said. Like I was doing the right stuff, but when I look back at it now, it makes total sense why it wasn't working at all. You see, eating healthy doesn't automatically mean hitting your calories and protein. I mean, you can eat the healthiest diet out there like apples, pears, chicken, broccoli, bananas, nothing but that all day for years and still be skinny fat if you're not hitting your protein or calories. And on the other hand, you can also eat the unhealthiest diet out there. I mean, KFC or McDonald's every single day and still get out of the skinny fat trap if you are hitting the right numbers, aka calories and protein. And obviously, these are both extreme examples, but the general point is this: your body only cares about two things and two numbers basically: calories and protein. If you hit those, you will get in shape. And if you're not tracking your food intake in some way, shape, or form, you simply have no idea how much food, calories, protein you're eating. And that is literally what is keeping you stuck. You need to know these numbers to get in shape. And I know this probably sounds obsessive or super restrictive, but it actually isn't, because it allows you to do one thing. And that is to eat donuts, eat pizza, eat your favorite foods, all while getting in shape. But more than that in mistake number 4. Mistake number 2, obsessing over fat loss. And my guy, this is a huge one, because most skinny fat guys, they look in the mirror, they see the belly fat, and they automatically think, okay, the fat is what bothers me, the love handles is literally what is bothering me, so I need to lose it. Lose it equals getting lean and getting in shape and getting good looking. But that is not necessarily the case, because when you're skinny fat, you need to understand one simple thing and basically understand your situation. And that is that you don't just have a fat problem, you also have a muscle problem. The literally the skinny fat problem, what skinny fat means in translation: you're skinny in muscle and fat in fat, if that makes sense. AKA, you have too much fat and not enough muscle, which turns you into this skinny fat version of yourself. And because you have both problems at the same time, you cannot just obsess over one and ignore the other, because what happens if you just obsess over fat loss is that sure, you will lose some weight, maybe even some fat, but you will not look any better in the mirror. You will not look any leaner and you will not be any more confident in your physique, because you will lose a lot of muscle along with the fat. So if you actually want to fix the skinny fat look, you need to be doing both at the same time. And by both at the same time, I mean both losing fat and building muscle at the same time. Mistake number 3, eating way too little. And this is more of an extension to mistake number 2, but this is needed to be mentioned. Because as I said, you see the belly fat, you decide that that is what bothers you, so that's what you need to obsess over. So you decide to eat less, you lose some weight, then you look in the mirror, but you don't look any better. Because as you already know, again, from the previous mistake, you don't just have a fat problem, you have both muscle and a fat problem. Way too much fat, not enough muscle. That's what makes you skinny fat. And so the reason eating way too little is a problem here is that your body needs energy. That's how your body functions. And so if you're eating way too little for way too long, sure, it will take some energy from the fat, and that's pretty much how you burn the fat. But since you're eating way too little, it will also help you, quote unquote, help you, ironically, make you burn more muscle as well, if that makes sense. So you're burning through fat, but you're also burning through muscle, and that just makes you this smaller, more deflated version of skinny fat, not just looking better. And since we actually want to look lean and athletic, this is just not the way to go. So instead of just eating less, we want to hop on a nutrition protocol that helps us both lose fat and build muscle at the same time, and here's how we're going to do that. First of all, when it comes to your calories, you want to take your body weight in pounds, multiply it by 14, and then subtract 300. That is your calorie deficit. That's literally all we need right here. And when it comes to your protein, you literally just want to hit 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight from quality protein. And this is really important. I mean quality protein, not protein bars, not low quality protein powder, not protein puddings, not protein, whatever that you can get from the grocery store, nothing like that. I mean actual, real, whole food, be it ground beef, steak, chicken, fish. Just make sure it's actual whole real food, because that is what is like basically the most bioavailable. And I know that was a mouthful, but basically your body gets a more quality brick to build a house with, if that makes sense. Mistake number 4 is cutting out your favorite foods. And my guy, this is literally the worst thing you can do, because sure, it's really good for your health, cleaning up your diet, eating less junk food. It will even, help you progress faster, but that would only be the case if you were totally emotionless, like zero emotion at all, a robot pretty much. Because even though cleaning up your diet and eating nothing but clean whole foods and no junk food and all that, it's good for your health, like it's awesome, and I do that. Like I eat healthy 80, 90, sometimes 95% of the time pretty much, right? But even though it's really good for your health, it doesn't really help you build a nicer body, at least not in the long term. You simply cannot take it mentally, if that makes sense. If you can, that's great, but this is for those who actually want to enjoy some nice stuff. Because what would happen if you literally go like full-blown restrictive mode, whole foods, restrictive diet, chicken and broccoli and all of that? You could stick to it for a week, maybe for 2, but then essentially you would have these crazy cravings, you would binge, you would crash, you would ruin your progress, you would start over on Monday. Maybe you would even go more strict to kind of punish yourself, which is total bullshit. Please never ever punish yourself. It's just bull crap. And you would just be stuck in this vicious cycle of binging, starting over, getting more strict, binging again, and so on and on. One of the best quotes I have ever heard about fitness, nutrition, science, but this can pretty much be applied to anything in your life, literally any area of your life, was from Dr. Layne Norton, and that is that compliance is the best science. So specifically in terms of your diet, the best diet isn't the best science optimized or clean as whole food diet out there. It's the one that you can actually stick to for the long term, because that's what we're trying to do right here. So instead of being super restrictive and eating bland chicken and broccoli meals, this is where the calorie tracking from mistake number 1 or 2, I can't really remember, comes into play. And the reason I said calorie tracking is not obsessive or restrictive is because fitness is a numbers game. You need to understand that. Your calorie tracking app literally allows you to play around with those numbers so that you can fit your favorite foods on your day-to-day basis. So, okay, I need this amount of protein. Let's just plan my day out in advance. Okay, I have my protein. I still have some calories left over, so I can have some donuts and yada yada. You can literally just open your calorie tracking app and plan your next day out in advance in a way where you can still enjoy a cookie, donut, maybe even a full pie of pizza at the end of the day. Because what matters is being in your calorie deficit and hitting your protein. That's all that matters. And you can easily do that by including your favorite foods. I mean, I do this on a daily basis. Mistake number 5, just hitting the gym without tracking your progress. And this one is really controversial, to be fair, because all you see in social media and on YouTube and TikTok and on those reels and shorts and all that is preaching like, just show up, even though like do it, like just show up and like put in the work and it will compound. But that's necessarily not true when it comes to the gym. Because you can only fix the skinny fat look if you build muscle while losing fat. You can only build muscle if you're getting stronger at the gym every single week. And you can only get stronger at the gym every single week if you're actually tracking your lifts and you know your numbers. So simply get some kind of workout tracking app. A really good one that I have been using and that I pretty much still am using is called Heavy. And just make sure to track your lifts, know your numbers, and just get stronger every single week, or at least every other week. And this is why I always preach fitness being a numbers game. If you literally just follow the right numbers and hit the right numbers, you have no chance but to get in shape. It's like super simple, it's literally science. But that being said, this is everything I wanted to cover in this video. And look, if you found this video valuable and you would like some help with fixing the skinny fat look and getting lean, all while still actually enjoying your life using a roadmap built specifically for you, specific lifestyle, busy work life, family life, food preferences and all that, just go down to the description. There's my Instagram, click on it and just DM me the word lean and I'll reach out to you. But that being said, I appreciate you watching. Hope this video helped and peace out.